It was a basic theory in Canada in the 1970s. What was big internationally, either in the UK or America or even the Latino countries, Canada was going to mimic it. Now, today we're going to be talking about probably one of the most unique bands in Canadian history because they were sort of like the Brady Bunch and Donnie Marie and all these, the Partridge Family, but he didn't play their own instruments. They were just basically the lead singer and his siblings as backup dancers. Now, the DeFranco family, featuring Tony DeFranco, was a 70s pop music group and family from Port Colborne, Ontario. The group, all siblings, consisted of guitarist Benny DeFranco, keyboardist Marissa DeFranco, guitarist Nino DeFranco, drummer Merlina DeFranco, and lead singer Tony DeFranco. But in most of the performances, they were not shown playing their instruments, which he could play, but he didn't do that. But they were just shown as the lead singer and dancers. Now, the group had a number of hits between 73 and 77, including Abracadabra and their biggest hit, Heartbeat, It's a Love Beat. Either Tony DeFranco or the entire family made frequent appearances in the teen magazines of this period, such as Tiger Beat and Flip. By the late 1970s, the group had faded from the pop scene. Now, seriously, 14 years old, Tony DeFranco, I think he was 13 when he really became the lead face of the group. They were on 20th Century Fox records, best be described as bubblegum pop. Now, they were born to Italian immigrant parents and raised in Port Colborne and, of course, the beautiful community of Welland, initially performing as a DeFranco quintet. The group found success after a demo tape of their songs was heard by Sharon Lee, editor of teen magazine Tiger Beat. Impressed by what she heard, Lee arranged for Charles Lawford to fly the group to LA for an audition. Lawford signed the group to an exclusive deal with the company. Lawford Entertainment financed the three-song demo, helped them secure a contract with 20th Century Fox Records. The DeFranco family recorded at United Western Recorders Studio in Hollywood, with accompanied by the Wrecking Crew veterans Hal Blaine on drums, Larry Carlton on guitar, and Max Bennett on bass. They appeared on Dick Clark's American Bandstand a grand total of 9 times. Now, with their lighthearted approach to music, the DeFranco family became a successful pop music act in the mid-70s. They benefited from 2 major factors: the imposition of Canadian Content Regulation, or CanCon, that encouraged Canadian radio stations to broadcast songs by artists from their home country, but the early 1970s popularity of 2 other family quintets, often led by preteens, the Osmonds and the Jackson Five, worked the system to their benefit. Now, the Franco family's debut 1973 single, Heartbeat, It's a Love Beat, rivaled Paul Anka's first releases for popularity. Featured the lead vocals again of Tony DeFranco, reached number 1 on the WLS for 5 straight weeks, and was number 2 there for the entire year of 1973. Number 3 in the States on the Billboard Hot 100, and a top slot in the Cashbox Singles Chart, as well as hitting number 3 in her native Canada on the RPM National Singles Chart, selling more than 2 million copies in the process. It was awarded a gold disc by the RIAA in November 73. The song's writer, Purdue alumnus Michael T. Kennedy, was a longtime executive at Boeing McDonnell Douglas. Their second single, Abracadabra, which reached the top 40, was followed by their final hit, Save the Last Dance for Me, to cover, of course, which reached number 18 in the charts in May 74. Much of the success in 73 came at the expense of the Osmonds, who, themselves making an attempt of proselytizing with their music that year, declined in popularity, though they would slightly recover in 74. Of course, they were preaching, the Utah way of life. Now, the DeFranco family's active career reached a roadblock after that point. Family quintets were beginning to fall out of favor in the mid-70s as disco became ascending. The Osmonds similarly saw a drop in popularity at the same time, while the Jackson Five quickly adapted to disco, which coincided with Tony's voice changing because of puberty for obvious reasons. But if you see the old tapes there, Tony DeFranco could really perform. Now, a rock version that he tried to change a little bit of their tune, Write Me a Letter, failed to generate much attention and reached no higher than 104th slot on the charts. Although the early hits are produced by Walt Mescal, The disappointing sales of Write Me a Letter prompted a record label, 20th Century, to fire Mescal and team the group with Mike Curb, who had previously worked with the Osmonds. However, the collaboration proved disastrous. When Curb attempted to recast the group as a cover band, they resisted and severed their relationship with their publisher and manager, Charles Laufer and Laufer Entertainment, and 20th Century. Now, unable to attract interest from another label, they continued to tour and perform Las Vegas until he ceased performing in '78. A reunion concert at Rhino Records Retrofest in August '99 was followed by the DeFranco family's final performance at the B.B. King nightclub in L.A. in April 2000. Now, the siblings took up residence in California within an hour's drive from each other and remained close. Although the DeFranco family gave up the involvement in the music industry, Tony and Marissa continued to perform on occasion. Tony's a real estate agent with Sotheby's International Realty. Now, ladies and gentlemen, they had heavy talent, good performers, very Canadian, very clean cut. But coming from Welland, Ontario, it just didn't seem like they didn't really have a big following in Quebec as well. And the Maritimes were more like a central Canada band. Nothing wrong with that. But usually with these type of bands have 2 singles or 3 years. And for what they did, like he was only 13 years old, ladies and gentlemen. Only Paul Anka could really battle with them. And I saw them in concert. They're quite not in person, but I saw a full concert. They were great performers. Nothing taken away. So again, 2 albums, Heartbeat, It's a Love Beat, and Save the Last Dance for Me. Singles, Heartbeat, Abracadabra, Save the Last Dance for Me, Write Me a Letter, and We Belong Together. They were on the Dinah Shore show several times, Mike Douglas, Jack Benny's second farewell special, Sonny and Cher Comedy Hour, American Bandstand, Action 73, Action 74, and the Brady Bunch Variety Hour, all the way deep in 1979. So that was pretty well their last TV gasp, as we say. But they were very popular on Bandstand. They were there, I think, every 3 or 4 months, and they're very, very, very popular. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are a fan of the DeFranco family, I'm not going to hear anything bad from here because I have great respect for them, just like the Rays, the Poppy family. For what it was, they provided a lot of entertainment and a lot of good memories. And, they're very, very nice kids. Didn't seem to be into the drama or the problems. But you look at the modern era, ladies and gentlemen, the Osmonds, Donnie Marie, Jackson 5, Partridge Family, Brady Bunch, and them. They were a top 5, what they call family band of the 1970s. That's saying a lot, like from the white bread side, not from the, obviously, R&B side. So that's the story of the DeFranco family. If you like the band, or you like what we're doing with our, what they call 1970s Canadian pop culture podcast, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share. And I must warn you, the Heartbeat is an earworm, so if you want to listen to it first time, you'll never forget it. That's like, Lowrider or songs of that era, or like Cheech and Chong or whatever. It's a very, very well together song, but you don't expect somebody who works for Boeing Airlines to write a pop standard like that. It is a top 20 Canadian pop song of the 1970s, and that's saying a lot. Thanks for listening. Bye.